Picture it in your mind's eye. A regal Great Dane, the Apollo of dogs, stands placidly, its head level with a kitchen counter. Weighing up to 175 pounds, it is a lumbering giant of muscle and bone, radiating a calm, gentle authority. Now, picture at its feet a Chihuahua, a feisty Napoleon of a dog, vibrating with an energy that seems far too big for its 5-pound body. The sheer difference in scale is breathtaking, a biological paradox so stark it feels like a trick of the eye. It seems impossible, even absurd, to suggest they are members of the exact same species. And yet, biology, in its elegant and often surprising logic, confirms they are. Both the colossal Dane and the teacup Chihuahua are classified as Canis lupus familiaris, the domestic dog. To understand how this can be, we must embark on a journey that spans tens of thousands of years, delves into the very code of life, and reveals the profound and unique partnership between humans and dogs. Before we can appreciate the diversity, we must first grasp the unifying rule. The term species isn't just a casual label, it's a specific scientific concept. The most influential definition is the biological species concept, championed by evolutionary biologist Ernst Mayr. It proposes that a species is a group of organisms that can naturally interbreed and, critically, produce viable, fertile offspring. Viable means the offspring can survive and develop, and fertile means they can go on to have offspring of their own. This is the ultimate litmus test. Think of a horse breeding with a donkey. They can produce offspring, the hardy mule. However, this is where they fail the test. A horse has 64 chromosomes, and a donkey has 62. The resulting mule has 63, an odd number that makes it impossible to create viable eggs or sperm. The mule is sterile, a genetic dead end, proving horses and donkeys are distinct species. In contrast, if a Great Dane and a Chihuahua were to produce puppies, those puppies would have the standard 78 dog chromosomes and be fully capable of reproducing. They pass the test with flying colors. Interestingly, the lines can sometimes blur. Domestic dogs can breed with their wild cousins, like gray wolves and coyotes, and their offspring, wolf dogs and coy dogs, are often fertile. This tells us just how closely related they are, existing on the very edge of the species boundary. But within the house of the domestic dog itself, from the tallest Dane to the tiniest Chihuahua, the genetic compatibility is absolute. So, if their fundamental biology is the same, who or what created this spectacular difference? The answer is us. In nature, natural selection relentlessly culls traits that hinder survival. In the world of the dog, artificial selection took over, where humans became the driving evolutionary force. This story began some 15,000 to 40,000 years ago. The prevailing theory is that the bravest, least aggressive wolves began approaching human encampments, drawn by the scent of discarded food. Humans, in turn, recognized the value of these canines as sentinels and hunting partners. We didn't just tame wolves, we entered into a co-evolutionary pact. We selected for tameness, for loyalty, for a willingness to work with us. From this single point of origin, our needs sculpted the dog's form. For the Great Dane, on the sprawling estates of medieval Germany, nobles required a Kammerhund, or chamber dog, that was both a formidable bodyguard and a courageous hunter of ferocious wild boar. They didn't just need a big dog, they needed one with immense power, surprising speed, and a courageous but gentle temperament around family. By selecting and breeding only the dogs that best embodied these traits, generation after generation, they pushed the boundaries of canine size and created the gentle giant we know today. For the Chihuahua, the history is more mysterious, but it points to a desire for the exact opposite. One prominent theory traces them to the Techichi, a companion dog of the ancient Toltec civilization in Mexico. These dogs were prized for their small size and religious significance. Whether through selective breeding of the smallest Techichis or potential crossbreeding with other small dogs from Asia, the goal was clear: to shrink the dog down to its most portable, lap-friendly form. In the last 200 years, this process went into overdrive with the advent of kennel clubs and formal breed standards. These meticulously detailed documents dictate the ideal size, shape, coat, and temperament for each breed, turning artificial selection into a codified, intentional art form. The biological magic that allowed for this incredible sculpting lies within the dog's genome. The ancestral wolf didn't look like a Dane or a Chihuahua, but it carried the genetic potential for both. Think of the wolf genome as a master recipe book. All dogs have the same book, but for each breed, humanity has chosen to highlight different recipes and ingredients. Modern genetics has revealed the specific recipes we tweaked. The most famous is the gene for size, insulin-like growth factor 1, IGF-1. Different versions or alleles of this gene are the primary reason a Chihuahua is small and a Great Dane is large, but it's far more complex than a single switch. Snout shape. The pushed-in face of a pug or French bulldog, a trait called brachycephaly, is linked to variations in genes like SMOC2. The long, elegant snout of a collie involves different versions of these genes. Leg length. The short, stout legs of a dachshund or basset hound are a form of dwarfism called chondrodysplasia, caused by an extra copy of the FGF4 gene. Great Danes, meanwhile, have been selected for long, powerful legs. These are not new genes that appeared out of nowhere. They are variations, different alleles and regulatory switches that were present in the diverse wolf population. We simply found these traits and, through focused breeding, made them the defining characteristic of a breed. The dog's genome proved to be one of the most malleable among mammals, a canvas upon which we painted our ideal companions. This brings us back to the stark physical reality. While genetically compatible, a natural pairing is off the table. The mechanical differences are too extreme and dangerous, and a successful pregnancy would be impossible. The puppies would be far too large for her to carry, leading to a life-threatening condition called dystocia, obstructed labor. The reverse pairing is equally impractical. This is where science offers a solution that respects the biological definition: artificial insemination. A veterinarian can collect sperm from a male and inseminate a female without any physical contact between the two, bypassing all mechanical and safety issues. If this were done, the resulting Great Chai puppies would be a living testament to their shared species. They would likely be medium-sized dogs, a fascinating mix of traits. Perhaps they'd have the Dane's floppy ears and the Chihuahua's expressive eyes, the Dane's calm demeanor punctuated by the Chihuahua's assertive confidence. They might even benefit from hybrid vigor, where mixing distinct gene pools can lead to improved health by avoiding the genetic bottlenecks common in purebreds. And most importantly, they would be fertile. Ultimately, the Great Dane and the Chihuahua are not nature's paradox, but humanity's masterpiece. They are living, breathing monuments to our long and intricate relationship with another species. They demonstrate the incredible genetic plasticity locked within their wolf ancestor, a potential that we have unlocked and guided for our own purposes, be it hunting, herding, or simple companionship. So the next time you see these two dogs, marvel at their differences, but remember their profound connection. See them as two sides of the same genetic coin, a story of evolution written not by the indifferent hand of nature, but by the discerning and sometimes eccentric hand of humanity. Every dog, regardless of its shape or size, is an echo of an ancient pact made around a campfire, a testament to our greatest living work of art.